All right, we're back with another G-Light WABCAST. The WABCAST is the worst and the best. We've got in the room with us today, we've got Piper. Say hi, Piper.
Hi.
What's up? Pull that mic in nice and close. We've got Nate.
What's up?
What's up, Nate? And guess who we got over here? We got Dwanye.
What's good?
Dwanye says, what's good? All right, so we just got back from church camp just a few days ago. We had a good time up there, and I asked some of the youth what we were going to talk about today on the WABCAST, and they wanted to talk about church camp. So let's kick it off. Let's start with Dwanye. Dwanye, you want to tell us a little bit about the worst and best?
All right. So what I've experienced from the camp is how God moves in like a lot of ways. And ever since that I saw, like, I don't know, I'm pretty sure all y'all remember when I was like on the floor. And
Yeah, you were laid out, right?
Mhm.
You were like laid out.
Yes.
and how I told y'all that I saw God. It was like a whole, like, everything changed. Like, I've been more like respectful, and like my choices have been better with my life.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like ever since that God has came into my life and I got baptized again, it's been everything like is renewed and just better for me.
Tell everybody a little bit about the actual experience, that you, because I was standing there right next to the stage. I was standing there, and you came up. You had this look on your face. You're like Pastor Dave. I saw. You said it like 10 times. I saw it, and I said, "What did you see?" And you said, "I saw God." So tell everybody a little bit about that, man.
Okay, so when I came back, it was a good minute until I came back up, and when my eyes were closed, I saw black. Then out of nowhere,
You saw Black Jesus?
it was
Did you see Black Jesus?
It was like, but no. Here's the crazy part. It was like my eye when my eyes are closed. You know, when your eyes are closed, it's dark.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like a bright light, like brighter than this light right here,
Mhm.
way much more brighter, just arises out of the darkness. And I say tall, very tall man, bright, long beard, maybe even longer than Joe's, if I'm be honest.
Longer than Joe's beard. Okay.
And when it was like, and I felt like something was like on my butt. And I felt I was on my butt, and I was like, how am I sitting down? And somehow I'm in God's palm, and it's very big.
So you told me, here's what you told me. You said, I saw God, and then I saw a giant hand, right?
Yes, a giant
Right?
hand.
You saw a giant hand,
Yes.
and then what happened next? You looked into the hand, right?
Yeah. I look, and no, I didn't look into the hand. I looked at the person that, like, y'all was staring at me.
Right.
And what he told me something, and I never forgot it, and I never will. He said, just keep going, don't give up, be respectful to my grandma. And that's when that's when I came up. I was like, I saw God.
Right. I remember I remember that. And then you said you looked in, you saw this gigantic hand, this big, like a palm, right? That's what you said, right?
Yes, sir.
And you looked in the hand, and you said you saw somebody. Remember that? Remember telling me that? Who
Yes, sir.
was in the hand?
Me.
That's what you said. You said it was you. You were in the palm of God's hand. That's what you told me that night. And you just had tears just streaming down, and you were in the presence of God, and it was beautiful, man.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Best experience I've ever had in my life.
Best experience I ever had in your life. There you go. All right. Well, let's go over here. Let's talk to Piper a little bit. Piper, you want to tell us about now that was, wait a minute. Wait. Got to go back. We got to go back for a minute. That was the best. So what was the worst?
Yes.
What was the worst? What was the worst about church camp? Or was there a worst? There might not have been a worst.
There wasn't a worst, but like the only thing that was like, kind of bad was everybody. No offense to you, Nate. But church camp is not no just dating ground, okay?
Oh, he called him
Sorry,
out.
I'm sorry.
He called him
Listen.
out.
I'm not trying to say anything.
He called him out.
I'm sorry for saying names, but church is not a dating ground.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
All right. So on that note, we're gonna go over to Piper. Piper, it's the worst and best for you about church camp. You can go either way. You can start with the worst or the best. Don't
I'm
matter.
going to start with the worst, which
Okay.
is probably leaving.
Oh yeah, that's right. Y'all bugged out. Y'all just bugged out. I looked up and y'all were gone. I was like, we didn't even do the group picture yet. They're already gone. Okay.
Yeah. But probably the best of it was mostly prayer nights and when I pranked my sister's cabin and my cabin.
All right, you gotta tell everybody about the prank now. What was the prank?
So you know the little poppers that you can get at the fireworks stand.
Little snap poppers that you throw
Yeah.
on the ground. Okay, yeah.
You
Yeah.
put them under the toilet. When they go use
What?
the bathroom, they sit down and it pops.
You put it under the under the lid, under the toilet seat,
Yeah.
and then they. Oh man. Okay. Who did you get?
Okay, I got Hope. And
Oh,
I
you
got my
did?
sister.
Okay.
And then I got Brittany. And then I got like everyone.
Okay,
in our
Brittany
cabin.
is the camp counselor.
Yeah.
You got the camp counselor.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
And then Maya, me, and Destiny were in the same cabin with Cece and Brittany. So I brought these little confetti poppers.
Yeah.
So I said, wake me up at 1 a.m,
Okay.
and then we're gonna pop them. So
That's cool.
I had it all set up. We went to bed, and so
Go ahead. Keep going.
so Amaya tried to wake me up, and it's like I could hear her, but I just wouldn't get up.
Okay.
It's like I was asleep, but still could hear her.
I can't imagine, like, in the middle of the night, you get up, you got to go to the bathroom. You're trying to be quiet, right? Because everybody's sleeping. You're trying to be quiet. So you go and you sit down, and all of a sudden, explosions start. Yeah. Okay.
And then
That'd be funny.
the same, like the second night before we left, I put shaving cream on Cece's hair.
Okay. Yeah. I saw
she
some
was
of those.
sleeping.
I saw some of those pictures. Of it.
And then I put it on her back. Cause
No, wait. I didn't see. Like, I saw it outside. You said you did this inside the cabin.
Yeah.
Once she was asleep. Okay. That's a pretty good prank.
So I did that, and then I put some poppers in front of the fridge because, like, when they went to the fridge.
You were just full of pranks. You were full of pranks the whole camp.
Yeah, but the best part of it was probably just. So a lot of people felt this. It was like a tingling sensation. It was just through my body every time a person would go down, it would start to tingle.
I heard everybody
Came
say
up,
that.
Yeah.
I heard literally. I think I saw everybody that was kind of hit by the Holy Spirit. Everybody said, "I have a tingling sensation. I have like your leg went to sleep, kind of like a tingling electricity kind of feel." A lot of people experience that.
But the best part is, it didn't stop. I still have the tingling sensation.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, wow. That's pretty cool. All right, let's move on to Mr. Nate. All right, worst and best, man. Take your pick.
I'm gonna start out with worst. So we was Jerry, one of the Sea-Doo drivers, was driving on the Sea-Doo. I was on the Sea-Doo with Maddox, little bro, and I got thrown off of it because Cece decides to make Jerry go all these directions and figure eights and all
Drive
this.
it crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Hey, that's what you get on my dad.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
And whenever I got thrown off, I like skidded across the water.
Like a rock.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah,
Hurt
that's
so
fun.
bad. And then I'd say the best part was I actually experienced God myself. It was one of the mornings, I don't remember, but it was during devotion. I was sitting there looking at the bus, and I seen just a bright light like appear and get bigger, and then just kind of like it was all of my vision. Like, I mean, I couldn't see anything except for a bright light, and then I just seen, like Dewanya said, a big figure just, and then I was like, whoa. And like, I don't know, it was just like
That's pretty
Shock.
powerful, isn't it?
yeah.
Shock.
Yeah.
And then I just like got really happy because I was like, it finally happened. I've been asking for it, and it finally happened.
So now the doubt is gone, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And if I remember right, you came in with a leg brace on, right?
Oh, yes. Okay, so I came a couple of days, July 3rd. I had stepped in a hole and sprained my knee. Went to the hospital. They said it was just a sprain. But I go to church camp, and the night everyone fell, I hurt my knee. I actually hurt it more like 5 different times. And then little Dixie, one of the cabin leaders, had prayed for my knee, and like as he prayed for my knee, the pain went off with the knee brace.
That's amazing, man. Yeah, I saw you come. I think it was a second or third night. You came without the knee brace on.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said, "Why don't you take the knee brace off?" You took it off, and then I saw you jump off of the stage. You jumped off the stage.
About that, I was
It's like 3.5, 4 foot high. You jumped off the stage and landed on both feet, no problem. And I was like, "Look at Nate."
I was like midair. I was like, this is either gonna break or get really hurt. But yeah, that next day after I got prayed for, I jumped off the stage, and like Dave said, I landed on both my feet perfectly fine. But I was pushing myself a little too much because a couple hours after that, I got a little bit of a sharp pain in my left knee.
It was probably God saying, "Okay, all right, I healed you, but don't be ignorant. Don't be crazy. Don't go out and because the Bible says, don't test God. Not supposed to test God.
Yeah.
Not that kind of way. So we still got to be smart. We got to use wisdom."
Yes.
Right. So if you've had an injury and God heals you, then it doesn't mean immediately just run out and start acting a fool. Right.
Yeah.
Because if nothing else, you could be totally healed and then injure it again.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, but it was a noticeable difference because I remember you walking around stiff legged, swinging it out, like in a circle every step. And then the next night, not even a limp.
Nope.
You didn't even have a limp. I was just praising God. We took the box spring. We took the box springs off of one of the bunk beds, and so the box spring is like
didn't have any.
wood slats. So we made a bed out of just the box spring, and the poor kid was sleeping on the wooden slats. So what he did, he had a pretty good solution. What he did is he put on some really baggy sweatpants and a hoodie. And he took every blanket and every pillow that wasn't being used and stuffed them inside the sweatpants and the hoodie, and just kind of made himself like an Inflado man.
Yeah.
And then no matter where he fell, no matter which way, he was cushioned.
Yeah, that's smart.
That's really good.
Yeah, it was funny. He did a good job. Well, all right. Yeah, coming back again, another G-Light WABCAST. The worst and best of Church Camp 2023. We've got in the podcast studio with us today, we've got Harley Behrens. What's up, Harley?
Hi.
And we've got Scarlett over here sitting next to Trinity. I'll wave at the camera and say, "What's up?" All right, we're going to kick this off because we don't have a lot of time left. So let's start. Who wants to go first? You want to go first, Harley?
Sure.
All right, we'll go to Harley. Here we go, Harley.
And this is like church camp, right?
Yeah, church camp, worst and best.
Okay, so I don't really feel like there was a worst part to church camp. Maybe like when I went tubing with Danny, like my bottoms almost fell off.
The bottom of your swimsuit?
Almost full of douanier. So I had to let go.
Right.
Therefore, kind of lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't tell that to Danny, but.
Oh, you were trying to stay on the longest.
Well, I kind of did, but I fell off like within the first 30 seconds because like my hands got tired.
Yeah.
Or the tube flipped. That was it.
Okay.
So I couldn't hold on, and then I kept on and kept on and kept on after that, and then my bottoms were starting
And then
to fall,
the swimsuit started to go, so you had to let go. All right.
Yeah. That was my worst. Okay.
All right, and the best.
Probably my best part was that like last night at church camp, or that, and like kind of just feeling the presence of God and knowing that like I'd stepped farther in my faith than ever before.
Right.
That and probably making like new friends, like being more like outgoing than usual. 'Cause I'm not very.
Yep.
But yeah, that's probably my best.
Okay.
My
All right. That's good. That's a good job. Let's go over here. Let's go to Scarlett. Scarlett, tell us your worst and best church camp. Right into the mic.
The best was the praise and worship. It was just really powerful.
Yeah.
And a lot of people got saved that night, and it was just amazing.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
The worst was the tubing because it hurt really bad.
Were people going too fast?
It was fun, but it hurt really bad.
Yeah. Well, what happened was I had to work on my sermon that Friday, and so I didn't go down to the lake. I had other people, kind of watching over the whole situation for me, and I heard that people were going. They were throwing people pretty hard. So when I heard that, I got up out of my cabin and I went down there, and amazingly, everybody started slowing down. Can you believe it?
Yeah.
As soon as I showed up.
You know they had to be saved.
No, I remember like that first day. I don't remember like when my dad was there when he was doing the jet skis. Like
Yeah.
he threw X off twice. And
Well,
I'm
X
like,
was asking for it.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, he
I mean,
was.
X
He
was
got,
saying,
like-
you cannot throw me off.
Yeah.
So he was asking for it. But, there was a couple others that it probably got a little out of hand a little bit,
yeah.
especially Loy.
Really?
Dixie hurt Lloyd pretty bad. I think he bruised his ribs. Yeah. So let's go to Trinity. Trinity, worst and best.
I think my best was definitely the girls in my cabin and getting a much stronger and better relationship to God than I had before going to church camp.
Yeah.
Because before, of course, I was like reading my devotional and everything, but I only read it to read it. Like I didn't read it to understand it any better.
Right.
And I didn't read it because like I wanted a closer relationship. I just read it because like I thought that's what was best for me. But after church camp, it definitely changed my vision and outlook on doing it.
That's cool. That's cool.
My worst was probably tubing with little Dixie on the boat because he definitely knew how terrified I was. And trying to throw me, Hope, and Scarlett off the tube was
Yeah.
definitely, well, they fell off. I was in the middle, so I was just
Hanging
She was in
on.
the safest
We're
spot.
just hanging on for dear
yeah.
life.
And when they flipped off, I was just terrified because without Hope, I'm just gonna feel like the whole thing's gonna fly and jump over it.
So you lost all faith in the life vest. You just thought you were
Yes.
going to go to the bottom of the ocean, right?
Yeah,
Bottom of the
just
lake.
sink.
Overall, everybody enjoyed it. Was it? Where do you think it rated as far as previous church camps? Those of you that have been before.
I feel like it was definitely better than last year's church camp.
Yeah.
Because the incident, but other than that, I feel like people were more like engaged in praise and worship and
Right.
actually wanted to pay attention.
Yeah. They were. We had less drama. I mean, we still had a little bit of drama. You're always going to have a little bit of drama. But we had a lot less drama, and I think that allowed people to focus a little more on God.
Yeah.
So what do you think, Harley? Because you went last year too, right?
Yeah, I did. Last year, like, I was with Lila, and I was there, but I didn't really get as much out of it as I did the year before. Like, I definitely drew closer to God, but not, like, where I'm at now. And so, like, this year was, like, confirmation for me where I'm at and, like, that I'm kind of at, like, further in my faith than I was before, and that I'm not, like, it was something I was struggling with, and it is better for me this year than last year.
That's awesome. This is our last two. We got Isaiah over here. What's up, Isaiah?
What's the word?
And we got Hope over here. What's up, Hope?
What's up?
All right, we're doing the WABCAST, the worst and the best. So tell us real quick a little bit about your worst and best of church camp. Let's start with Hope. Go.
The worst was probably when I almost fell off the Sea-Doo. That was
Everybody, that's
super
everybody's
scary.
worst.
It
So
was-
far, that's been almost everybody's worst.
I don't know. It was scary. It wasn't, because I've been on the boat before. I've never been on the Sea-Doo, but it was pretty scary. The best was probably, I got two. My cabin and my cabin leaders were really great. And the last day, whenever me and Dixie had that shaving cream fight, it was pretty fun.
That was pretty fun. Okay. All right, let's go to Zay. We got time. What's your worst and best, bro?
The worst was the food. I ain't gonna count.
The worst was the food? Are you
Yes.
serious? You mean like the food at the tabernacle? Like the food that was being prepared? You talking about the evening meal or the breakfast and the lunch?
The evening.
The evening meal?
It was terrible.
Really?
I didn't eat. I like after we do like.
I did
praise
not.
worship,
I do not agree. I thought the food was really good, man. Especially the pulled pork sandwiches; those were bomb.
That was probably the best. I didn't enjoy the food either, but I also wasn't super hungry, so.
Oh, okay, all right. We may have to try a different menu next
Yeah.
year. I didn't know that. I
Yes.
thought we had what, taco salad one night,
Yeah.
Yeah.
hot dogs one night,
Yeah.
and the last one was pulled pork sandwiches. Right?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So what was the best? We talked about the worst a little bit. So
Tubing.
the tubing was the best for you.
Best for
Okay.
me.
All right. That was a new experience for you, right? You had never done that before.
Yes.
How long did you stay on? Did you ride it like a long time, or did you get thrown off?
I mean,
right
I
away?
rode it for a minute with you.
Yeah.
And was it Lil Dixie? Yeah, Lil Dixie.
Yeah.
And that's like the only ones that I rode with because I'm gonna trust you and Dixie because I heard about some other stuff.
Yeah, you heard about some of the other ones. So which one was more fun, getting pulled by the Sea-Doo or getting pulled by the boat?
Sea-Doo.
The Sea-Doo was more
Sea-Doo
fun.
was fun.
Yeah, I agree. I actually like pulling people on the Sea-Doos because I think you got a little bit more control. You can whip people around the corner a little bit faster, and you don't. I don't know. I like it. I like pulling people on the Sea-Doos. It's a lot of fun.
Last year I actually rode the tube on the Sea-Doo, and it was a lot of fun. I got hurt though because Danny is mean and doesn't like me.
That is not
But,
true. That is so
I know.
not true.
I know.
You like it?
But I've been tubing with Dixie the whole time that we had the boat, so I was tubing with him a lot, and I like tubing with the boat more.
You do like it more?
Yeah.
Yep. It's just it's a personal preference, but
Yeah.
we had a lot of fun. All right, so we got the worst and the best from Hope and from Zay, and we out. That's gonna wrap it up right there. Thank you guys.